Hey guys, it's Gaming Centaur here. I decided to do a little fan art of Maximilian Dude since I'm basically now a 12-month subscriber to him. And if you guys know what this drawing is sort of based on, like the armor and whatnot, then you guys might know like the day that I sort of subscribed to him, or at least the day after. Anyways, I will be talking during certain parts of this, so I hope you guys enjoy. If I remember correctly, I believe I actually did this art piece at least a week or several days after I subscribed to him. And basically I haven't gotten around to it till now. So basically, the sketch of it is almost a year old. And yet, it still looks great, in my opinion. It still holds up, which astounds me, honestly. Also, there was some, like, little, I guess, tweaking here and there, but overall, yeah, I still kind of like it. It still fits with my other artwork. This is the first time I actually use sort of the blue lines that help angle where I'm going with the majority of the lines, because Paint.net, it's sort of a more, I would say, old kind of drawing system. It's a combination of Paint and a low-grade Photoshop, so it can't really do much. So the blue lines ended up helping me a lot. And I remember using them like so much more than usual. And all these button parts, I had a hard time like sort of figuring out in the beginning of where exactly or how I should do the buttons exactly. So, that was a bit of annoyance. Not as much as later on. Oh my gosh, we're already into this part. Yeah, I ended up tracing a lot of stuff. This is like the second half of the stream where I ended up doing two assets and one sort of image. And yes, this is Benny. I actually wanted the logo for the shield to sort of be something similar to the Wolf Fang logo, or just something semi-menacing, because Benny's not menacing. I'm sorry, Benny is not menacing whatsoever. And here we begin the next asset, in my opinion. Hopefully I'll be able to use these later, but might not be for a long while. And that is basically just tacos. Well, two versions. One is sort of just the one with the meat, the lettuce, and the cheese on top. And the other is for those red things. The thing is, I have no idea. I haven't eaten a taco in my life, so I don't know exactly what those toppings are. But all I know is that the line tool is... I will always love this tool and love using it. I honestly consider it probably the thing that makes me stay on... stay using Paint.net the most. And... though, if I know how to use the Photoshop line art, yeah, the line tool, yeah, I'm probably just going to move to a different platform. Yep, more tracing, but this time I wanted to do it on the big circles. And yes, the hilt of the sword, I wanted to be sort of reminiscent of arcades. The joystick and of course the two quarters on the side, though look extremely big, bigger than most quarters should be. I remember actually just like laughing at the traced look that he ended up having. This sort of just like scared, freak out look. I don't know, I just found it hilarious to me. Before I forget, I do want to thank someone actually. Scene or Hawk525. He basically did like one of the fan arts of Max, and I ended up using the color palette that was on him with slight edits. I do feel like without that, I wouldn't feel as confident as I did doing this. Another thing that I really like Paint.net for is sort of this, what they call a percentage brush. Basically, it's like 30-40%, and the majority of it is just basically like dots to help decorate. I really like that. It sort of reminds me of, I guess, sort of like how mangas tend to do their shading, and so I often use it quite a lot. And here I mainly just use it just to help convince people that it's actually chainmail. Lazily, I will say. Heck, I even ended up using it here. I remember, like, basically here I wanted to get a more rusty look on at least the red part of his armor. It's sort of worn, battle damage, something like that. I will say that shading is often something I usually tend to avoid or do sort of like cheaply, like just mainly using the semi-transparent black. But I will say, thanks to my other works I've done, I'm slowly feeling more and more confident about doing more shading work. I feel like it's actually paying off more and more I just get into it. Though I should probably just practice on smaller pictures and not just do them all on these like big extravagant ones. Because at some point I'm going to crash and burn. Okay, I remember freaking out around this part, mainly because I didn't know what kind of fighting stick Max normally uses. I ended up just winging it, but I just remember like frantically asking the people on Discord, like, "Oh, what kind of fight stick does he use?" And I remember looking it up, and basically it was just like all 8 buttons were like gray, and I was like, no, that's not going to look visually interesting at all. So I basically just ended up going with sort of looking at my own fighting pad and basically going from there, while also changing at least some of the buttons, like the triggers having different colors than the right buttons. Holy crap, the load times at this point, or the save times. Holy crap, that really annoyed me, because it took out probably a good, close to an hour of the stream of just saving and saving. Oh my god, it's probably because of how big the pictures were, along with how much complex the coloring was. That's kind of why sometimes I don't recommend Paint.net. Though I will say Photoshop now is going to be a bit complicated, at least for me, because oh my god, I try to get like Max with easily switching out his other forms. That was actually harder to do than I thought, and then I'm just going with sort of this. However, I will say that he ended up being a lot more pixelated than I wanted him to be, which really sucks. I don't know how to change that. And this part, I know I want to have the music playing now, since, you know, it's the good old the intro and sort of ending theme of his streams. But yes, this is what the tacos are for. Taco Mountains. Yes, Taco Mountains. Though I will say this part was super long. But time consuming, but it's the good kind of time consuming where you know your work is being placed into something good. As you watch me just copy and paste a enormous amount of tacos into a mountain shape to basically copy and paste, but hopefully in a good way. I want to talk about sort of how I ended up like finding him. Does anyone remember Assist Me? Like, I know that's like the series he's known for, but does anyone remember like watching the first episode on Machinima at all? Like, that's actually how I ended up finding him. I remember actually like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to subscribe to him because his content is awesome. And not Machinima, I mean like his actual YouTube channel. And I ended up like sort of getting interested in video games. I did try Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but I actually ended up taking it back to GameStop because I was not good at it at all. It kind of sucks that, you know, hey, let me go online, let me just get destroyed. Ever since then, honestly, I've been more of a fan of 3D fighting games like Dead or Alive 5 and the Soul Calibur series that probably won't get another entry because I don't think at least that's in my thinking, I don't think Soul Calibur 5 did well. I remember the day after that controversy that went down with Max, I remember being on his stream. He was streaming Crazy Taxi at the time, and I remember seeing him kind of break down. And I was like, yeah, I want to support him. I want to support him. And I ended up like sort of balancing my PayPal. I didn't have a job at this point, and basically just like getting lucky with my parents loaning me money, and I ended up transferring that to my PayPal. And I remember sort of balancing that so that I could give him $5 a month because I definitely wanted to support him. I couldn't give him more, but I was hoping that helped out in the long run. So thank you so much for the fun, and Max, and I really hope you enjoyed the picture. And I just realized I skipped past a bunch of stuff. There are approximately 8 variants of this fan art. 4 of them are logoed, 4 of them are widescreen, and 4 of them are sort of just, well, like this. Basically, what I wanted to do was basically at the time, one of my friends came and said, oh my gosh, this picture looks great. It was a contest entry picture. And so I decided, hey, how about I just make sort of a wallpaper-like version of the Max fan art, since my friend really liked that and it's kind of like one of his wallpapers now. And so I ended up just making it like this just in case. And I feel like it looks hilariously awesome, and I really hope everyone likes it. So yeah, I hope you liked it. I hope you like it, Max. Thank you so much for the amount of joy and fantastic content, especially those like live streams. Does anyone remember the Jason like one? Like that awesome Jason live stream? Anyways, thank you for your time, and have a great day.